Finally got it. Good morning. Well, I've had technical trouble this morning, but I'm changing stuff, so I guess I'm learning, right? Good morning. Let me get my notebook. So, Friday again, huh? I've been working all week on trying to upgrade my technology. So far, the microphone's working well. When I add my new camera, things are out of sync. I got to work on that this weekend. I got to figure that out. I think I know where to go to figure it. Well, YouTube, I've learned a lot on YouTube, but I'm slowly piecing it together. So hopefully by Monday, I'll be able to have both my new webcam and my microphone together. I hope, because I think the image quality will be so nice. And then I have some lights coming in to kind of change these beams coming down on me. So, Good Friday morning, and the wind, holy cow, I don't know. Wind usually doesn't wake me up. This wind woke me up. But the wind is a good thing. It kind of cleans out the dead branches in the trees. It just makes room for new. And if it goes too far in that extreme, it can be destructive. So we try to keep a balance in those kind of energies, but Mother Nature decides what the balance is. So there is a term in yogic philosophy, and it's Vayus. And Vayus are the winds of the body. And there are 5 of them. We're going to talk mostly about 2 right now, just briefly. So pranavayu is an upward and outward moving energy. So pranic energy is upward and outward. Apanavayu is aponic energy, and it's downward and outward energy. We have the chakra system kind of along the midline, right in the center of the body. And those are vortexes of energy. So they kind of all combine to have that nice, free flowing energy. And if you think of energy in terms of water flow, when water becomes still, it becomes stagnant. Same with energy. There can be blockages in the flow of water that causes it to become still and stagnant. Same with the energy in the body. So we're going to work with the Vayus today. Let's not resist this wind. Let's work with it. Let's start out on our backs, and we'll do a little bit of warm up. Maybe you can still hear the wind. Our house, fortunately, the wind comes to the front, and our bedroom is back that way, so the wind blows over, and I don't usually hear it, but this wind has been quite intense. Let's take a good morning stretch. Reach long. And then exhale, draw the knees into the chest, apanasana. So apana, aponic energy, downward energy, apanasana. The translation of this one actually is wind relieving pose. So I'll let you play with that one for a while. Let's do some circles through the hips. And go the other direction. And extend the left leg long, keep the right knee close. Let's drop the right knee off to the right, left arm out on the floor, and take the gaze out there. And as always, we're warming up. You don't need me to tell you every little move to make. Just stay inside into the sensation in the body. You'll know what to do. I come to the center. We're going to pull that knee across the body. Go nice and slow so you can feel the stretch. Take your gaze to the right fingers. And again, whatever little wiggles in the fingers and the wrists and the ankles and the toes, maybe the shoulders, and come back to center. Let's take that right knee and just do circling in the right thigh. And then take the hands behind the thigh and we'll just straighten and bend the leg. And let's switch sides. Right leg out long, left thigh in. Pull it in nice and tight. And open to the left. Gaze to the right. Wiggle toes and fingers. Ankles. Maybe it feels good to kind of roll the head around. Back to center, draw that knee across to the right and take the gaze to the left, but maybe it feels better for you to take the gaze to the right. Play, experiment. Know your body. And then back to center, we're gonna stir that thigh bone and the hip socket just on the left. And then hands behind the thigh, extend the leg up long and bend. Start to wake those hamstrings up. And then bring both knees to the chest. Let's rock and roll 5 times. Balance on the sit bones. Switch the cross of the ankles every time you come up. One more. And this last time we'll hold the balance just for a bit. Maybe a little boat pose here. Just a baby boat. It's early. And then come to an upright seat. Let's do a little work through the arms and then we'll get to flowing, vibing with the Vayus. Let's bring the hands together. Circle of joy is always good. Exhale around the spine. Inhale, sit up, look up. And exhale, the hands home to the heart. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down. 1 more. And exhale down. Let's do a little side bending, just a few. So right hand down, left arm reaches over. Inhale up, second side. So the prana vayu, that upward energy, is generally associated with the inhale. And apanic vayu is associated with the exhale. And then let's take a little twist, both arms up. Let's twist right. Inhale up. Let's twist left. Let's do 1 more each side. Inhale. And exhale. And last time. Inhale, up, reach that pranic energy, but at the same time, you've got apanic energy grounding you. So you don't want too much reaching up. You don't want too much grounding down. Let's bring the hands over the knees and come to table. Let's do some circling through the hips and the shoulders. So energy is on a spectrum. There's apanic, there's pranic energy. Go the other way. And you need a good amount of both to draw from, but they need to be balanced. Tuck the toes, come into down dog. Once you get here, wiggle and squirm. So situationally, we have to be flexible enough to shift ourselves on that spectrum. Sometimes we need more aponic energy, and I would say that's probably yin energy. And sometimes we need more pranic. I would say that's perhaps more yang energy. Pause here, settle, and breathe. But our problems can arise when we slide too far one way and stay there. Walk to the top of the mat. Bend the knees. And bring the fingertips to the shins. Let's lift halfway. Lengthen through the spine. Open up those energy channels. And exhale. Fold the knees a bit. Grab opposite elbows. Let the head hang. And let's move through those shoulders. So just be creative about the way you're moving. With the arms, maybe a little side sway. Maybe a little forward and back with those forearms. Now drop the hands and shake the head. Yes, but exaggerate it. Shake, yes. Shake, no. With discipline, knees bent. One vertebrae at a time, we're going to roll up. Give each one of those intravertebral discs a little space, a little massage. Bringing in fresh energy and squeezing out stagnation. Let's inhale up. And exhale, bring the hands home to the heart. So energetically, too much apana, too much yin can result in depression. Too much yang, too much pranic energy can be anxiety, anger, rage. So we need a balance. Let's inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, let's step back into table. I'm going to turn to the side. So in table, I want you to start with your left knee and just bring it up to touch the outside of your left tricep, upper arm. And then the right knee. And back. Let's do 2 more each side. Down dog. And right away, let's walk to the top of the mat. Bend the knees a lot. Lift on your inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Pull those feet away from each other. Activate your hips. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Take your left arm. Let's circle it in front of the body. Up and around and down. Take your right arm. Circle it in front of the body. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Maybe you can keep your fingertips on the floor now. Hamstrings are what are going to tell you where you can place the hands. So if the low back strains, lift the hands a little higher. And then fold. Now we're going to step back in plank. And come to a forearm plank. This gets a little tougher. You can come back to table. I want you to lift your left foot, bend the knee, bring it up towards the tricep and back. Right. Bring the knee towards the tricep and back. Let's do 1 more each side. Back to long arm plank and right into down dog. Step forward right away. Top of the mat. Bend the knees. I'm going to run all over these mats today. And swing those arms a little bit. Maybe the arms drop and you sway and let those arms hang like elephant trunks. Pull the feet away from each other. Inhale up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Let's inhale up. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway. Exhale, step back with the right foot. We're going to come up in a high crescent lunge. Railroad tracks for the feet. Ball of the foot on the right. Rise up. Arms by ears. Let's take this into a little back bend. So look up, lift the heart, and then wrap your little fingers towards each other. Feel that, drop the shoulders out of the ears. And breathe. We're going to twist this to the left. So open the arms up. Reach in both directions. Now we're in lunge, so the balance is a problem. Not a problem, not a problem. It's an issue. Let's see if we can come down to the floor with the right hand and stay in that twist. Stack your shoulders best you can. At least make that effort. And then frame the foot. Step back and plank. Long arms. Again, we're going to bring the left knee towards left upper arm. Right knee towards right upper arm. One more each side. Down dog. We'll take 3 breaths here. And then we're going to walk it forward. Now maybe you can just take 2 big steps and make it up here. Lift halfway. Fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Feel that prana as you come up. And reach towards the sky. Exhale the hands home to the heart. This time we're going to take the left arm and circle forward, up, back and down. And the right arm forward, up, back and down. One more each side. And inhale up. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway. And exhale, step back with the left foot, setting up for a lunge. Railroad tracks. Ball of the foot with the left. Rise up. Hands by ears, arms by ears. I guess hands by ears would be like that. Arms by ears. Now roll those little fingers towards each other. Drop those shoulders so you're kind of tricking the trapezius muscle to relax and soften under the ears, giving more space for the shoulders. Now take this into a back bend. High crescent lunge. So we look like a crescent moon. And then we're going to open this into a twist to the right. Drop the right arm back and down. Left arm forward. Reach in both directions. Let's see if you can come down in your twist. A block under that left hand could be a good idea. Stack the shoulders and breathe. Unwind, frame the foot. Step back and plank. And this time we're going to come to the belly. So you can start lowering through the elbows, then maybe the knees touch. Bring the chest down. How about 5 rolling baby cobra? Inhale up. And exhale down. 4 more. And see if you can sense in your body, in your energetic body, the pranic energy and the aponic energy. And it's present in every pose. It's just differing amounts. I think I have one more. And then bring the chest down. We're going to come into child's pose. So just push into the hands, onto the knees and back. Set your hips back. You can be in happy puppy. Try to bring the forehead down. You can bring a block under your forehead or maybe stack your fists. Spread the fingers wide. And stick those hands to the mat. So kind of grip with you the pads of your fingers and then maybe reach back further with your hips. Nice stretch in the side bodies. 2 more breaths. On an inhale, lift up, down dog. Lift the right leg back and up. Keep the shoulders square, bend the right knee, and then stack the hips. So you'll have to pay attention to the shoulders. They want to twist too. Don't let that happen. And breathe. Look under your left armpit. See if you can see those right toes. Wiggle them around. And then square the hips. Step forward with the right foot. And now look at the back foot. Instead of the ball of the foot, we're going to drop the heel inward, coming up in Warrior One. Now, sometimes it helps to step forward just a bit for Warrior One. You decide. Inhale, rise up. So now there's a little external rotation in the left thigh. Bring the hands to heart. And press into the left heel. And you'll work your quads a little more, so it should be easy to lift your toes. Bring your arms up by your ears. Roll those little fingers inward. Feel the sensation in the shoulders, and then don't let any of that change, and bring the palms to face each other again. Bring the hands together. Find Kali Mudra, so that's that sword. And let's lift our heart. Lift our gaze. Exalted warrior. And then as you exhale, let's bring the arms behind us. Place the fingers. Draw those elbows back. Push your knuckles down. Pull the fist away from the sacrum. As you inhale, that uplifting energy in the chest. As you exhale, we're floating forward over the hip. So the right side of the chest and the belly are resting on the right thigh. See how far up you can reach with your fists. And then frame the foot with the hands. We're going to step back in plank. Chaturanga. So elbows bend. If you need to touch down with the knees first, feel free. Let's come up in a high cobra 3 times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more inhale. Exhale. Down dog. Lift your left leg back and up. Keep the shoulders square. Bend your left knee. Stack your hips. Pay attention to the shoulders. Untwist them. Square the chest to the mat. Look under your right armpit. See if you can see your left toes. And then unsquare the hips. We're going to step forward with the left foot. Railroad tracks. Look at that back foot. Drop the heel in, maybe a little hop forward. Rise up. Virabhadrasana 1. Arms by ears. Roll those little fingers in. Keep the shoulders dropped. Now let the palms face each other. Bring the hands together. Kali Mudra. Reach through that sword, that fingertip, and lift into a back bend. Exalted warrior. This is a lifting upward, heart opening position, but feel the feet. We're grounded in the feet. And then exhale, hands behind you, lace the fingers, shoulders up, back and down, knuckles down. Inhale, pranic energy lifts the chest up. Exhale, we fold forward. Reach up with the fists. Now frame your foot. This time we're going to step forward. So step forward, arrive on an inhale. Now a nice slow halfway lift. So feeling those hamstrings. Maybe the fingers can be a little lower on the shins or maybe out here on the floor. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the arms out and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Let's do some balance here. I'm going to step back. We'll move through Vriksasana, tree pose. Find your balance between both feet. Feel all four corners of the feet sway around here a bit. In Qigong, we call this bamboo in the wind. So we're swaying like bamboo. So trees, bamboo, and all of this wind has to be rooted deeply, but they also have to be very flexible. If they're not flexible, you get toppled over by the wind, blown away by the wind. And then come to balance. Find that place where you're balanced. Feel that upright sense through the crown of the head, that pranic sense. Maybe more noticeable with your inhale and with your exhale is that grounding, rooted down feeling through the feet. So we both at the same time, we need them both. Shift the weight to the right and don't let that pop your hip out. We're just shifting to the right. Come up on the left big toe. Arms out to help with balance. Lift your knee, flex the foot. Pause here. And then open the knee. And find your placement for your tree pose for the foot. It can be anywhere along the inside of the leg. Now squeeze everything towards the midline. We're pushing thigh into foot, foot into thigh, and that will help you lift up and that will help you root down. And maybe you bring your hands to heart, squeeze the hands towards the midline. And that kind of helps you lift up through the crown of the head, lengthen through the top of the head, lengthen through the torso, and breathe. Now open the arms wide, point the knee forward, toe forward, and come back to mountain pose. Kind of step out that right leg. Pause here in mountain pose. Let's inhale up. Just feel that pranic energy. And exhale. As you exhale, just bring the arms down to the side. So feel that sinking, grounding energy. Let's take it on the second side. Shift your weight to the left, but not swinging the hip out. Just shift. Lift. Come up on the right big toe and then lift the knee. Flex the foot. Hold here. And then open and place the foot for your tree. Ground down in the foot. And then maybe we bring our arms up like tree branches in the wind. So if we were moving like my trees have been moving, it would be much faster than this. But we're flexible up here and grounded down in the foot. Inhaling and exhaling. If you topple out, just come back. And pause, knee forward, point the toe, and foot down. Let's step the feet wide, left and right edges of the mat. As you inhale, reach up. Feel that pranic energy. As you exhale, I want you to come into a high squat. So feel that downward energy. Inhale, come up. That pranic uplifting energy. Exhale, grounding down, sinking. Inhale up. You can continue like this or make sure the feet are externally rotated. And as you exhale, come down in Malasana. So help yourself with your hands and a little wiggle. We're trying to bring the soles of the feet to the ground. If you can't do that, you can always be in the high squat. You can always place a blanket underneath your heels. Now push those arms into the knees, and at the same time, you're going to pull the hands down in front of the heart. And breathe here. Notice by trying to draw the knees towards the midline, pushing the hands towards the midline, you lengthen through the spine. Feel the breath up and down the Sushumna. That's the central channel of the body. Stirring those chakras, those energy vortexes. Stimulating that wind, the Vayus. Now on your next inhale, we're going to rise up. And exhale the hands down. Bring the feet hip distance apart. I'm going to walk a little more to the top of the mat. Inhale, swing the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. On an inhale, lift halfway. And on an exhale, bring the hands to the mat. And we're going to come to table. In table, I want you to keep a bend in your right knee, but lift it out like a fire hydrant and do the same in the left arm. So my left arm looks like my left leg. 3 more breaths. And then exhale down. We're going to take the second side. So ground down first. Set your foundation, root, and then lift. And then down. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Now in this down dog, I want you to make sure your right foot and your right hand are lined up. Lift the left leg up high, 3-legged dog. Drop the heel, stack the hips. Now start to lighten the load on the left hand. So we're going to try to shift into a bit of a balance on the right. So work to lift the hand. Maybe you can find enough balance to bring that left hand down to left thigh. And if you fall out, come back. This is a tough balance. Just work it a couple more breaths, whatever's happening. We're building new neural pathways. And then back to down dog. Whew, that's a lot of work. Let's ripple forward into plank. Let's drop the knees. Let's do 10 yogi push-ups. So exhale back, child's pose. Inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, push up. Link your ankles. And exhale back. This is 2. You'll start to feel this in the hip flexors and the hip extensors. That will be quads and hamstrings. I think I have 6 more. Three more for me. Now tuck your toes, find down dog. Now make sure the left foot's lined up with the left hand. Lift the right leg, 3-legged dog, bend the knee, stack the hips. And then work to lighten the load on the right hand. So you're trying to release, touch down, and then maybe you can work the right hand back there towards the thigh. And if you come out of this, if you stumble, just come back. And notice how fast the brain's learning. And then back to down dog. Ripple forward. Drop the knees. Let's find crocodile. Stack those hands, forehead down, bend the knees, and windshield wiper. Maybe some circling through the knees. One way, then the other. And then drop the shins. Roll the head across the back of the hand so the forehead's getting a nice massage. And let's take 5 breaths, exhaling that aponic energy. So we're grounding down, whole body. Whole body is releasing down into the support of the earth. Every exhale melts us a little further. Two more. Hands by armpits. Let's take a back bend here. So you can come up into cobra or maybe upward facing dog. So press into the tops of the feet, lift up, and then tuck the toes, down dog. We're going to shift forward into plank. So I'm going to move and bring the toes kind of close together in your plank. We're going to shift over into a side plank. So drop your heels to, I'm going to drop mine to the right. Just drop them one way or the other. And then we're going to reach up with the other hand. I get a little confused when I turn this way about how to mirror, but you can see me here, so you know what I'm doing. And maybe you lift that top leg. And maybe you bend the knee. And maybe you try to come into a tree. And then back to plank. That's a lot of work. All right, toes together. Let's take the other side. Find your side plank. And then maybe you lift that top leg. And maybe you try to find tree. And then back down. Whew, let's take a wide child's pose. And bring your arms down beside of you. Wiggle those fingers. Squeeze the hands so you'll massage the palms a bit from all that weight bearing on the wrists. 3 more breaths here. And then rise up and meet me on your back. And start with the knees bent and arms to the sides. Lift one shoulder at a time, tuck the shoulder blades. Draw the knees into the chest. Let's do a little circling through the hips. Now extend the legs up. Flex the feet. Now we're going to pretend we're climbing a rope here. So I'm going to lift my chest and my chin and my head, and I'm going to climb that rope. Three or four more breaths. Float those feet down. Keep the feet hip distance apart. Walk the heels up towards your butt. Let's lift up into a bridge to kind of counterpose that flexion that we were doing, that sit up, that core, that anterior core. And then exhale down. Now extend the legs long. Draw the right knee towards the chest. Take your hands behind your head. Lift the left leg. So we're going to keep that left leg lifted. I'm going to reach across, opposite elbow to opposite knee, and then switch. Yogi bicycles. One more each side. And down. Let's come up into a bridge again. Lifting. Walk the feet a little closer. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Tuck the shoulder blades. Maybe you can lift a little higher. Maybe you can get your hands under your hips. Really stretch out the belly. A block underneath here on the medium or highest setting could help too. So we're trying to stretch out the front of the abdomen, the hip flexors, the lumbopelvic complex. And then exhale, slowly come down. Reach with the tailbone. So you start kind of doing a crunch. Lengthen the spine as you come down. Open the knees wide. Bring the soles of the feet together. Take the hands under the head, elbows out wide, knees out wide. It always feels good to tick-tock the knees, or at least for me, side to side. A little massage kind of across the tailbone and the bottom part of the sacrum. And then come to stillness. Again, that aponic energy. Every exhale, we're releasing and relaxing. Two more breaths here. Now reach down for the knees, the thighs, bring them together. Draw the knees up. Arms out to the sides. I'm going to rock and lift my hips and shift my hips to the right. So lift, shift. Now drop the knees to the left. Try to keep them stacked. And I think it helps to kind of open up the chest. If I take my right hand over, stack it on my left, and then pull my hand along my chest and arm and kind of open up that way, I get a little more twist. And breathe. If you need a little more quad stretch, you can reach down for that top foot and push the knee away. And then release and stack the knees again. Now bring the knees back to center and swing the hips up and center the spine. So bringing it back to neutral. Maybe feel the difference. Now swing the hips, lift and drop to the left. Take the knees to the right. And then I like to stack my shoulders, stack my hands, and then just open up, sliding the hand across the arm and the chest, kind of unfurling, like maybe a flower opening or ferns. This is the time of year for ferns to come up. I like those little fiddleheads. They're all coiled up and they unfurl and open and spread. If you want a quad stretch, I almost forgot, reach down for your ankle, push the knee and feel sensation in the front of the thigh. You manipulate that leg until you feel that sensation. And then bring the feet to the mat, knees up. Let's take one more Apanasana. Draw those knees up. Maybe circle through the hips. Find your way to Shavasana. Whatever shape that takes for you today. Try to make yourself so comfortable and choosing a pose and asana that you feel completely supported. With every exhale, once again, we're feeling that aponic energy, that rooting down, that relaxing, that sinking energy. And with every inhale, we're feeling, gosh, I couldn't say that, feeling the earth rise up. So that pranic energy of the earth rise up to support us. Exhale, ground down, release, relax. And inhale, the earth rises up to support us. Take your hands to your low belly and deepen your breath. Feel the rise and fall of the belly. The pranic lifting of the belly with the inhale. The aponic energy, the grounding as you exhale. And then start to move the body. Again, let the body do the moving. Just kind of stay out of the head here. Your body knows what it wants. And I'll give you a few breaths to find your way to your seat. You can follow my traditional path or find one of your own. Figure something out that's a little different, a little unique just to your body, whatever it needs right now. Meet me in an upright seat. So we need flow, and energy becomes stagnant. Energy becomes blocked. And without that flow, it results in just not feeling good. It can result in disease. So we need to keep that energy flowing. In addition to flowing, we take on fresh energy, prana, and we release this stale and stagnant energy. It's a cycle. So the earth regenerates that stale and stagnant energy, and we draw the prana in on the breath. The life force energy rides on the breath. Let's inhale, reach up, grab some wind. There's plenty out there. Exhale, draw the hands home to the heart. So be flexible today. Enjoy the wind. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Oh, send me good energy for this weekend while I work through some more of this technical stuff. Growth can be hard. Have a good weekend.